I just wanted to make one about advice for you, and you're just going to start, would be to play a little bit with it in a when you have a purpose, like Michael said, having a purpose, but where if you're a bit concerned, and with teachers I worked with, they're concerned about putting their ideas out there, which is both an advantage and a disadvantage, and there's lots, we can discuss that, of course. But that's what I did. If they're curious, start to play a little bit, post some pictures, and before you maybe begin to do your full-fledged.
No one else can access that.
Well, when I can speak about my own. When I first started, I didn't put it on. I didn't post it anywhere where other people could. I didn't put it in a directory, I guess is what I'm saying. So someone would have to know I even had it there. I didn't. I had it very hidden, and I just played with it. And within the application you're using to make a blog, you have control over that. And I've worked with teachers who were a bit concerned about what they said because teachers had been reprimanded by their school board publicly. I think were suspended. Sure. And they were hesitant, some of them, and I needed to respect that. And so with Blogger, I can just speak to that one. I don't know about WordPress. You can limit who has access. And that's what's really lovely about it as well. And also for within schools, and so you can limit the amount of privacy you have. You can allow for comments or not. You can allow to, if a comment is going to be posted, you can have it sent to you first as a moderator to see if it's something you want posted. So, yes. Yeah. Blogger.com. It's called Blogger, so just, yeah, blogger.com.
Or WordPress.org.
That's right.
Both the same company.
We were talking about the functions on commenting, and I just go back to this post that I sorry, it's the wrong direction. So I posted this last night after I went to see Bill Ayers speak, and of course Bill Ayers is a former member of the Weather Underground and is, you know, favorite whipping post of Sarah Palin in the last American election, and he gave quite an inspiring talk. And so I wrote a bit about it. He made this comment about, when you light a candle in the darkest of places, it challenges the darkness everywhere. And I quoted from a letter he wrote to the Ottawa Citizen about being barred from the country and so on. And I have comment moderation on my blog. So when somebody posts a comment on something I've written, it goes to me and I have to approve it. You can have them automatically go there, or you can approve them. You can allow people to post anonymously on there, or they have to have a Blogger account, or they have to have a Gmail, a Google email account in order to post it there. In any case, I'm glad I had the comment moderation on, because I got the most venomous email from someone who was really upset about this particular post. And that'll tell you that basically if you go into Google and you search around for William Ayers Canada, you'll probably get my blog. And so you're saying about people doing research in your area. I think after a certain period of time, if you're in a very kind of selective area of study, a very narrow discipline, if you will, after a while you have a critical mass of content on the blog. And so anyone who's going into a search engine like Google, searching for stuff in your area, they're darn well going to intersect with you because you have this content. And I guess one of the keys with it is to also regularly update the content, so that, because if you're not consistently updating, then I don't think you'll get the same profile from the search engines. So so I post things about my ongoing research. I produce a newsletter for my research project, or one of the research projects I'm doing now. I'll post that on there. If I'm going to a conference like this one, if I go down, there, this one, conference time at Carleton U, so I posted, you can't see the hot links on here, but I talked a little about this session, And I talked about that I was presenting at the CSSE and the CSSHE. I have links to that information. I'll also upload PowerPoint slides about that. If I do follow up and publish a paper out of any of that, I'll put that on a link to that on the blog, and then kind of link it all together to the previous post on the blog and that. So those are some of the ways that I use to share my own research and then to disseminate it to anyone who's visiting it. Because as you can see, I'm posting a variety of other information about, like I said, ongoing research, stories in the news, and this kind of thing. Right? This is a study that was done by the Council of Ministers of Education and the Millennium Scholarship Foundation. So if anyone's searching for that kind of, for something in this area, again, they're going to bring up with me eventually through the search engine.
To follow up on that, I do the same types of things. Anytime an article, regardless if I have anything to do with it or not, is published in my area, I'll put a publication notice there. If I've got time to review it, I'll post a paragraph or two about my thoughts on it. Whenever I come to a conference, every single K-12 online learning session, I'll post an entry about it. And usually in the days leading up to the conference, I'll actually post the list of all the sessions there. So any of my colleagues are going to the same conference, they know they don't have to go searching through the program for the presentations that are on our topic. They just come to my blog and they're all there. And then if they can't make it, and being that most of my colleagues are American, I'm the only one of them here. The 3 sessions that dealt with K-12 online learning that CSSE had this week, there's something about all 3 of them on my blog so that they get some information about the findings that were presented there.